And we're back. We're back at it again. Hello, hello. My name is Shavariel, and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You've returned, and I'm happy to see you. So, I'm going to title this video. Let me see. I had it in my mind. Hold on. Is my baby daddy delusional? And we'll just tackle that. So, the thing about co-parenting, not for everybody, but for some people though, if you're not on good terms with between the primary parent and the second parent, things can struggle, things can get rocky, things can be rough. And this is where it gets sticky, right? Because we don't want the child to lose in this situation, although the child has lost something because one, the child is not brought up in a two-parent home, a two-parent loving home. Now you can be in a two-parent home and your parents not love each other, and I've heard stories of even the biological parents married for 20 plus years and there's still issues in the relationship. So the circumstances definitely do differ, and no one's exempt from what a perfect example is, because there's no such thing as a perfect human being, but we do strive for perfection. And in that, with co-parenting, if you don't get a handle on it, meaning it has to be a business, so you and that other person are not together, whether it's the father being a full-time parent and the mother only gets the child every so often, or the mother is the full-time parent and the dad gets the child every so often, you have to have a business plan. You have to have a business strategy. It's a business now because you two are no longer together. If it were not a business, you two would be together and it's personal and it's a union, and well, there you go. You can have it work. But since it's not that, it is a business now, because you need structure and you need not so much strategy, but you do need strategy because everything has to be meticulously planned out, and you also have to put in some situations where it may go unexpected. So say for example, if you as the primary parent wanted to go on a date and you and the secondary parent do communicate, but the partner, the parenting, the co-parenting hasn't been good, but you just like, okay, well, we've been talking, but let me just see if they can watch our child. And say if they was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll get them, and then it comes the date night for you, the primary parent, to go out, and then the second parent is just like, well, why should I have to watch our child for you to go and have fun? And then they not show up. And so that's what I mean by expect the unexpected, because things like that can happen. They do happen. And with that, you just look at it as like, well, it's just what happened, but also make sure you have a backup and see, well, I don't want to say it like that, but if you have another person who's trustworthy, who can watch your child while you go and run an errand, or go on a date or something like that, then do that. But if you don't, then do not. There's no reason for you putting your child in harm's way just so that you can go and do what you want to do. The thing about that is, when you lay down and have children, you're basically saying, I don't get to do what I want to do anymore. So now I have to dedicate my time and life, not just when the child is 18. Your child is your child until death do you part. So you're going to do what's best for that child. And so with co-parenting, going back to, is my baby's daddy or child's father or child's mother, or is my baby mama delusional? I should title it that way too. Well, either way. No, I'll stick to baby daddy. I'll make a video about mothers who do that also. But from what I can gather, inexperience is that if you have a child's father who is verbally abusive, physically abusive, hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me for using those words, but it's true. You know, at some point we have to have real talk. I understand it's their platform and certain words I won't say, but just call it for what it is. Verbally abusive, mentally abusive, physically abusive. Yes, they are delusional. Yes, that man, not man, but that guy can be a delusional person. And so what I mean by that is, from my personal experience, I have had instances where I've had to cut off communication or not communicate so often with my child's dad because of him being inappropriate. Meaning, there was one time he was pushing himself on me when I just went to go give him like a hug. You know, not like one of those hugs where you just like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. No, it was just like, okay, well, it was nice being around, you know, and then go our separate ways. It was like one of those. And so when I went to go hug him, he pushed his pelvis like all on me, and which was like really inappropriate. And that was something I did not want, because there was nothing that I thought that I did to have him encounter me like that. And so when he did it, I was just like, whoa, like, don't do that. You know, we not like that anymore. We're not like that. So, and even after telling him, I told him later about it, and apparently he didn't hear me, nor did he care about what I said, because then he brought up, well, I want us to have another baby. And I'm just like, sir, what? And he was just bringing if he tells you this story, you always have three stories, right? Mine, his, and the truth. Now, if he tells you his side, he just tells you his side. There's no way for me to convince you either or. I'm just telling you my experience and my truth, okay? So when he said that, I was just thinking, like, how disgusting are you? Because I'm already a single parent right now. And you would bring another child into this world for me to be a single parent of another child? Like, marriage isn't, you're not even thinking about that. Although I'm not thinking about marriage with him, you just skip the marriage part because you so much want a girl. You would just like, well, yeah, we should have another baby together. I really want a girl. And it's just like, well, I really don't want to be a single parent of more than one child. No, it's not worth that. It's just not. And what we as women have to come to, not all of us, because you have certain women that's just like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not putting up with that either. So it goes for if this applies to you, but we as women do not need to add on stress to our lives based upon what a man or a guy looks like. So I know for women, we'll take ourselves through hell and back because a man looks good, not even knowing that we're losing our soul. And that's for real. Okay? Not all women, because like I said, you do have some women that's just like, no, I'm not putting up with that, girl, and you shouldn't be putting up with that either. Like in the movie, I won't say the title, but it was a movie where it had two famous actors, well, famous actor and famous actress, and when this actress got hit and dragged, it was like a 70s era or something like that. The lady was a singer, and her husband was a musician. Y'all might know what I'm talking about. But anyway, and her friend came from the back, what is it, the backyard where the pool was and all that. And she was just like, Anna, you stop hiding black eyes from us like we don't know. We know. And Anna was just like, well, she called Anna, but she was just like, no, it's okay. And her friend was just looking at her like, you ever get one of those looks from your friends that's just like, girl, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. And I don't know her situation at the time. That was a biography, so I don't know what was going through her mind. But I can tell you this, not much has changed since then. There are still situations for women where, like I said, you'll go to hell and back for a guy that looks good, or because of his status, or because how much money he makes. It's not worth it, because you lose a part of you and your soul and your happiness and your independence. That man is not worth it. And anyway, it's a lot of other men in the world who will treat you better. Now, I'm not saying it'll be a fleet of guys just lining up for you, because it don't happen that way. But you will come across a good man who will treat you good, treat you right, talk to you right, respect your mind, body, and soul. So you don't have to deal with that. And with some baby daddies or some children's fathers who don't have their stuff together, I'm talking to the ones who don't have their stuff together. You do have children's fathers who do have their stuff together, and this is not for y'all. I'm glad that you're on the right path. Please continue. But for those who don't, you have no idea the lives that you're affecting negatively, and you need to stop. Playing with this woman, playing with your children's mother, you being delusional is confusing her. Because you want to bring up y'all having another baby, y'all having more kids, but ain't mention not a ring, not marriage, not I'm going to do right, not I'm sorry, not nothing. And you're not saying those things to project your care of her. You don't care about her. You're saying it because you want one thing out of it, which is that release, and to get that baby boy that you want, or to get that baby girl that you want. And that's it. Not even considering the mother, nor the child, actually, because you bringing another child into this world, fornicating for one, is inexcusable. When you know the knowledge of God, when you know that Bible, when you studying that Bible, and you're dipping into the word of the Lord, it's inexcusable. So get yourself together, because that is not it. And is he delusional? Is the child's father delusional? Is your baby daddy delusional? More than likely he is, if he's talking to you like that. And then my experience with that is, he said those things. Like I said, he doesn't mean it. He's just wanting to get his own release of life, whatever that is, because he's so unsatisfied with himself and his self-worth and his self-love, obviously, because a person who loves himself is not going to bring that kind of baggage into a situation. If you know how hard it is to parent now with somebody, you're not going to say, oh, I want more children. No, you're just going to be like, I'm okay. I'm not in the baby talk right now. I'm just wanting to manage what I have right now. So if it leads to us getting to that level, well, we're going to have to discuss that, because bringing more lives into this world is a discussion. It's a life-changing event. It's a life-changing step. Then we'll do that. But for right now, no more. I'm good with what I have, and that's it. But anyway, to go back to what I was saying, just bringing up the baby talk, he was bringing up another baby talk, and I don't see anything I've done to warrant him to have that conversation with me, being seductive or nothing. Because like I said, I don't want to become a single parent again of more children, so it's not a topic for me. And then we have this conversation here recently about why I haven't been communicating with him. And it's just like, well, dude, you do too much. You say too much. Remember the last video I told you all about him saying that when he met me in my early 20s, he didn't know, and he didn't think I could handle real life responsibility. But now that I am, he's more attracted to me, and I was just completely turned off, and turned off in a way of, it's just like from foolery. Not turned on or turned off as in like, oh, I was hoping for something, oh man, you ruined it. No, I was just okay, let me not say turned off. I was just like, you didn't have your stuff together either. So same thing. So you say that, and you bring up the baby talk, and you want to force yourself on me when in close proximity to my presence. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, because I see what you're capable of. And that doesn't warrant a communication, that doesn't warrant a connection. Just tell me what you need to tell me, and then that's it. And then had a nerve to sit up there and say, well, I haven't done anything. Of course you think you haven't. And that's the delusion. Even after I told him, about my displeasement, or no, let me watch my words. Scratch that. About how he did that, putting himself on me like that, was it highly inappropriate, and I didn't appreciate it, and I did not want that, and I don't want that again. He didn't bring that up. He just said, well, I've attempted to contact you. Yes, you have, but I haven't responded back. We just had this conversation not too long ago, and you don't remember anything we spoke about. So in that sense, when he's showing signs like that, and this is the same guy who physically abused me. Didn't tell you that part, but he was. And so that whole legal aspect, that's what we're dealing with today. So in that instance, when you've had a track record of somebody like him, or worse, or even just subtle, did I say it right? Subtle, like that, in the direction that he's in, or that he's done, you have to put boundaries on that person. If you have children with them, if you don't have children with them and they've done all that he's done, I don't know, stop talking to that person. Please stop talking to him. All you're doing is entertaining his delusional self, and you don't want that, because eventually when a guy like that tries to get their way on you, just by something simple, you go for a hug and he pushes himself on you just to pretend like he's playing and laughing, and then putting his man parts all on you, that's going to escalate to something way worse. And you don't want that. So if you have children with this guy, the only thing that I can tell you is that seek what's best for you. I can't give you, or I'm not saying can't, I'm not able to give you legal advice. I'm not a legal advisor, and I understand this is with people's lives. Some of women whom didn't make it, they're not here. They're no longer here. The lives are taken, and that's serious. So don't play with it. If he's delusional, you need to come up with a plan for your child's father. Make your, not demands, but you're going to have to be very stern. It's only business. No room. You will never be friends after him putting his hands on you, or after him cussing you out in front of your children, or after him calling you a B in front of your children, or after him telling you, you don't know how to handle responsibility, but that's why you have me. As if he puffs himself up to be this domineering, just confident narcissist of a figure. Let me tell you, that kind of behavior does not progress well, and it will never, ever, ever progress well. So you lady, young lady, if you're of age like I am, figure out a plan and stick to that plan. You need to treat dude like he's a complete stranger. Well, no, you can't do that, because obviously you two know each other because you had children. So that's out of the ballpark. So, but you come up with a plan and you control that plan, not him. So whereas if you experience anything like I have, like, okay, let's have the drop-off location at Target. And he's just like, well, no, let's do Home Depot. You're like, no, let's do Target. And that's what it is. Okay? You do not meet him in the middle, and you do not negotiate with this man. It's going to be what it's going to be when you say it is. Okay? You're the primary parent. You take care of that child or children 365 days out the year. Okay? If you have help, bless you. If you have grandparents, your parents, the children's grandparents, bless you. Okay, let's just say 345 days out the year, you have your children or child. And if you have a lot of help, a lot of relatives, okay, let's just say 300. But that's still a lot of days, though. If your family is overly generous and they watch your child safely, okay, let's say 280. Let's bump that down. But that's still a lot of days, okay? So you have right to control how things are going to move forward with co-parenting with your delusional baby daddy or child's father. I don't even like the word baby daddy, child's father, children's father, whatever it is you want to call a dude. So I hope this was helpful. Stay strong. It's not you, it's him. It's one of those situations where with a person like that, where it seems like they'll say something one minute and then the next minute they just act like they never said it or they don't remember. That's not by accident. They know what they said to you. They're just playing these twisted mind games. It's mental to work to get you out of your happiness or to disrupt your peace. Don't let it. You have that power. And if you're on the flip side of it, I'll make a video for it. And you're the man who has the children full time and the mother is acting up, well, you're the primary parent as a father. Stick with what you have to do to have it to be a mutual agreement. If it's not a mutual agreement, you got to be stern with her. Now, and I'm not saying stern as if anything violent or physical or anything like that. No, but there is a time and a place to say you can be very direct, I was going to say stern again, but you can be direct. I mean, there's not another word that I can think of to say it. I mean, of course, there's other words in the vocabulary, but I'm not thinking about that right now. But you control the pace and the path for how you co-parent with her, because as a father, as a full-time father, you have the children. So initially, if you don't agree with something, okay, well, we're not going to do it. I can't force her to do it. I can't force the mother, the children. Hey, Google, turn off. Google, all in my business. But you're not able to force her to do it, of course, because we don't want anybody to be forced into anything. Okay, but if the child's mother, who is the secondary parent, is just like, well, no, I'm not, I don't agree with this. No, me and you need to talk. You just say, okay, no. So here's how we're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna initiate a point of contact. All right. Okay, so my aunt Nessa, you remember Nessa? She'll be your point of contact. Okay, I'm going to let my auntie know. Please do not call her all throughout the day asking about me, and I will tell her that I told you that. Okay, so Tuesdays, Thursdays, you can get baby, and upon pickup day and pickup arrival and drop off, you contact my aunt Nessa. She'll help you. All right, peace. And then go about your day. That's what I mean by being stern with a person. You just laying down a business plan for co-parenting. That's what I mean. So may this help you. If you want to hear more videos about something like that or in that nature, we'll discuss it. But I hope you all be safe, okay? Be safe. Looks can only get you so far. I was reading the Lord's Word recently, and I read the scripture where it said about the fig tree. Looked like a fig tree, but didn't have no fruit on it. And boy, that thing hit me so hard. It's a fig tree. So you look like the fig tree, but there's no fruit on it. You're not producing what you are. So Lord said, okay, let no fruit be grown on you no more, and it withered. Some people's appearances are that of a fig tree. Look the part. Are they producing in a righteous way? We're not sure until you get to know that person. If they're not, you need to run far from that person in the opposite direction and don't speak to them again. But if you have children with a person like that, you just have to set a plan and a business proposition, like I said, of how things will be. Of course, you two need to agree, but lay it out to where there is very little discrepancies of, well, can we talk about that? No, this is what I feel will be right for the both of us, and do it like that. So, may you all have a happy Sunday, and you take care. We'll talk next time. Bye.